Hello and welcome along to a bonus episode of my mini-series focusing on the gear and clothing that I am taking on my upcoming expedition to the world's 8th highest mountain, Manaslu. I'm going to get stuck straight into this because I have a very exciting bag of goodies here that I want to share with you. So let's not waste any time. Let's see what's in the bag. Oh, oh, oh. I know I'm making this out to be very exciting, but that's because I think it is. So I have a few gifts from my friends at saviorheat. And if you've never heard of saviorheat is a company who specialise in making heated outdoor gear, mainly socks and gloves. And they contacted me a few months ago because I'm going on this huge expedition, and they said, Callum, would you be interested in testing a few of our products? And of course, I'm more than happy to do that, especially when the gear is of high quality. Now, I don't do it with every people or everything that contacts me, but I was really intrigued by these products and by how they could help me on my way to achieving my first 8,000 meter mountain. So let's get stuck in. I've got 3 different things here. I've got socks, liner gloves, and thicker ski gloves. Let's just talk about the principles of what they are, because they all kind of work in the same way, in the sense of that they have heating elements throughout the product, and then they have the ability to add a battery pack onto it, which I have in this handy little bag here. So tiny little battery, which are surprisingly strong, the 2,200 milliamps, and the connections are dead easy. They all work the same way. So they have a little connector that you plug into the battery, and that slips into a pouch. The batteries are said to last anywhere between 2 to 7 hours depending on how you use them. But let's just talk about how it works first of all. So if I slip on this glove and plug in the battery and then slip it into its little pouch for safekeepings, regardless of whether it's the socks or the gloves, they all have these little stations on them where you can control everything. Well, I say control everything. Basically, you can control turning it on, turning it off, and then the heat setting. So it comes with 3 heat settings. You've got high power, which gives you the maximum output from the gloves or socks. And on maximum output, you're roughly going to get between 2 to 3 hours. And I've just turned this on, and the heat is already radiating around my fingers. It's really quite impressive just how quickly these things heat up. If it's on the medium setting, you'll get about 4 to 5 hours worth of heat. And if it's on the lowest setting, you get between 6 and 7 hours worth of heat. My goodness, yeah, that's roasty toasty already. To turn it off is dead easy, just hold it down. I think one thing that should be said is how these fit into the systems that I've already got in place, and that's what I'm quite keen to figure out, because I'm not 100% sure, if I'm completely honest. The liner gloves could potentially go underneath my mittens, or they could probably go in my soloist gloves as well as a liner. The main consideration is that you do have the battery pack here, which could be a bit cumbersome. So I guess I'll need to see how that goes. But in terms of the actual liner glove itself, it's super soft. It's got touchscreen capabilities. It looks and feels well made. So I'm excited to try it. The ski glove, again, it feels well made. It's comfortable. It has slightly articulated fingers, which is good, so it makes it easier to move. The real question will be is how it performs, and it works the same way regardless of whether it's the socks or gloves, you know, in terms of the heat output and the times. But yeah, it feels lovely on the inside. These gloves are not touchscreen, I believe, which I guess is fine because the liners are. But yeah, you can adjust them. They've got 2 levels of adjustment around the wrist and higher up on the arm. So it'll be interesting to see how these perform and how they work with tools, and you know, and what level of heat you can achieve, and where on the mountain they sort of work best, because I'm honestly not entirely sure. The socks, on the other hand, I've never tried heated socks before. I can tell you that they are extremely comfortable. I had no idea that there would be heating elements in here if I hadn't been told. So again, I'm intrigued to see how these work, and to see how they work in combination with my bigger boots, and also the heated insole, and you know, what does that create for me in terms of like a warmth scenario in the boots. So yeah, really excited to test them out. I don't have too much more to say on them. I just wanted to show you them because they're quite cool, and I'm looking forward to trying them. And I'm going to do a full review after the expedition to really examine how these worked, where they worked, if they worked, and where they sort of fit into the expedition clothing layering systems. But yeah, thank you so much, saviorheat. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for the trust, and I look forward to testing these out high on the mountain. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one soon.